China's grip on Hong Kong just got officially tighter as Beijing's contentious national security law went into effect. Pro-democracy groups accuse China of breaking its promise of keeping Hong Kong independent, a vow it made when the British handed over the territory 23 years ago today. As Crystal Goomansingh reports, the communist government may want to silence those who don't believe in its iron rule, but they're not staying quiet.
July 1st is a special day marking the anniversary of Britain's handover of Hong Kong to China. But with the pomp and ceremony, civil unrest. The new national security law is now in effect, giving more powers to police to clamp down on dissent. This police tweet highlights what authorities called arrest number 1 under the new rules. The violation? A man with a Hong Kong independence flag.
When they say day is night and dark is light, you just can't argue because they are the law. But this is not rule of law. This is not even rule by law. This is rule by decree.
G7 nations, including Canada and the UK, urged China not to impose its rules on the territory. For more than a year now, pro-democracy supporters have been fighting what they see as China clawing back freedoms. Hong Kong's executive Carrie Lam called the new legislation the most important development in the relationship between Beijing and Hong Kong since the 1997 handover. The UK doesn't see it that way.
It violates Hong Kong's high degree of autonomy and is in direct conflict with Hong Kong basic law. The law also threatens the freedoms and rights protected by the joint declaration.
Britain will now allow more than 300,000 Hong Kong citizens with British passports a 5-year stay. Hong Kong has one of the largest overseas populations of Canadians. The government renewed its safety warnings over the possibility of violence. Sherry Wong says anyone critical of the Chinese government is at risk.
Their families could be questioned by secret police. They could be put into detention, and I know that my work has already endangered them.
It's unclear if people charged under the security law will be tried in Hong Kong or in mainland China. It was a proposed extradition law that sparked mass protests to begin with. Crystal Goomansingh, Global News, London.
China has sentenced a Canadian woman to 8 years in prison. Sun Qian pleaded guilty Tuesday to charges related to being a member of the outlawed spiritual movement Falun Gong. Former Justice Minister Irwin Cotler, who has helped with Sun's case, calls it an unsettling show trial and that she was unjustly sentenced. 2 other Canadians are languishing in China. Michael Kovrig and Michael Spavor were charged with espionage last month after more than 500 days in detention. They were both arrested in December 2018 in what's widely seen as retaliation for Canada's arrest of Huawei executive Meng Wanzhou.